This or that. Would you rather Wednesday?
Wednesdays. Would you rather find $100 floating in a public toilet or $5 in your pocket? What do you think? First reaction. What's your first thought?
$100 in the toilet.
Really? Wow, you're gross.
No, I thought about it for a second, but that's $100. You can just like fish it out.
Well, yeah, that's how you would get it out. You can either fish it out or you can do it like you're bobbing for apples, whatever feels right.
And then put it in a Ziploc baggie.
What? Well, and then what? You're gonna pay with
Well,
that?
after it's dry, yeah, you can put a glove on.
Put a glove on. Who are you? You're gonna walk into a store with surgical gloves on. And you're gonna pull out your baggie with a poopy $100 bill and then hand that
well, these days it wouldn't be weird.
What stores are you going to? That would be weird to me.
I'm just saying, with masks and gloves.
Okay, you're right. The gloves would not be weird, but when you pull out the bag with the brown, I mean, I don't know what was in the toilet. It didn't say. It could be.
Exactly, you didn't say that, so I was thinking clean water.
All right, it's not clean water. It's diarrhea.
Okay, $5 in my pocket then, because that's happened to me several times.
What? Wait, you've found $100 in a toilet several times?
You said five. No, I said $5 in my pocket. I changed my mind.
Oh, you said that's happened to you several times.
Yes.
Well, that is always a good day.
Probably even more. I found $20 in a card that I never took out at one point.
I've done that. That's what a great day that is. That changes
amazing.
your day. Like that'll bring up my mood. Like $20, like what am I gonna do now? It's like a free 20. It's like somebody just handed me a $20 bill. I got to go buy something.
Exactly.
Okay, so what would
gas?
Yeah, gas for sure. See, but you could use that $100 for gas. You're not gonna get much with $5 these days. What, a couple gallons,
but it's
maybe?
Something, and it's not covered in poop.
All right, but okay, what if it's just covered in a little urine? Does that does that change it at all? Okay. Huh. Okay, let's say it's $1,000 bill. Oh, silence.
That's hard. That is hard.
That's all right. So we found the number we're looking for. $1,000 bill. There's just a touch of diarrhea.
I don't think I could do that either.
It's just floating around the edges. You got a clear path in the
but
middle.
Again, you have to fish it out. Then you have to put it in a baggie.
$1,000. $1,000. Yours.
I know.
Free. Let's say once you get it out of the toilet, it's magically clean. But you still have to get it out. So
yeah, I would take that.
But you have to get it out and you have to stick your bare hand in there.
I would probably do it.
Oh man.
If it was gonna be clean, because all you have to do is like sterilize your hands.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say you can't clean the bill, but it's still $1,000.
No, because it's soaking wet. You can't really just like sterilize the edges of the diarrhea.
But you can.
What are you
can spend
What are you gonna do? Blow dry it?
Maybe, but you could also, because it's like a poopy bill, you could take that to the bank and they'll probably replace it. So you just got to get it to the bank, so you'll be miserable for maybe a couple hours. But then you get a fresh $1,000 bill. That's 10 hundies.
Well, I think anybody would do that, because if they're going to give you a fresh bill, just
you have to get there first.
2 hours, it's money that you didn't have before, though.
All right, let's say the bank. Let's say the closest bank is 6 hours away, and you gotta put that bill on your passenger seat. Can't put it in a plastic bag, but you still get to switch it out.
Yeah, I'd probably do that, because you can just take your car to be detailed after that.
Oh, that's so gross, though.
I know. Roll the windows down.
All right.
That's $1,000.
It's the dead of winter. You're living in North Dakota. It's freezing cold. You have to drive 6 hours to the closest bank, but it's $1,000. But you have to roll the windows down. Otherwise, you'll vomit all over the steering wheel, and that's a whole other problem. What do you do? What do you do?
Take the $1,000 because you can just blast the heat.
Man, you're a trooper. You're a trooper. I would probably do the same thing. Now, if we go back to $100, is it same answer?
No, because especially like, if you have to drive 6 hours.
All right. What if it's back to the $100, but you can just take it to the bank? Would you fish the $100 out, dripping all over the bathroom floor? You know, you could wash that bill. You could wash that bill right in the sink, though, in the bathroom. You could wash it off, and it would be absolutely disgusting and traumatizing. But you know, you get through it and take it to the bank. $100.
Yeah, if the bank was nearby, then maybe yes, but not if you had to drive 6 hours to exchange a $100 bill.
Okay, now going back to the original question: if it was just in the toilet, clean water. You do that one or $5 in your pocket?
If it was clean water, I would take the 100.
Okay. But, I mean, it's not really clean. It's a public bathroom.
Well, you know what I mean, though. There's nothing floating around in it. All you have to do is wash your hands.
Ugh, gross.
Bleach your hands.
Yeah, bleach them like 100% bleach. Like where it's taking skin off just to be safe.
Would you take the 100 out of clean water?
Oh, thank you for asking. I've only been waiting for 5 minutes. Just kidding.
Well, I thought you legitimately wanted me to know like all sides of my opinion.
No, I do. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time. What would I do? What would I do? That's a good question. That's a great question. It's the question we're both asking today. Oh man, for $1,000, is that the one we're asking?
I guess yeah. We can go back to that.
For $1,000, I'd get it out of that toilet. I'd do whatever I had to. I mean, I could come up with some sort of contraption where I never actually have to touch the water. I can just I can figure out a way to, I don't know, clamp 2 pieces of cardboard together and use it
That's
as
what I'm saying. Like all you have to do, find an empty or almost empty toilet roll.
There's
another
a way.
One.
You know what? It depends though. If I was in a place in my life where $1,000 was no big deal, then I'd probably be like, let somebody else get it. And really, I'm just doing charity work. You know, I'm
you didn't bring that up either.
Huh?
I said you didn't bring that up either.
That's true. But we're talking to ourselves right now. If it was $100, I feel like I could let it go, even if it's in clean water. I feel like it's enough of a hassle, or in the time it would take me to get that out. Probably go to the bank, get a new $100 bill. I could have made $100 doing something.
Yeah.
So it'd have to be 1,000, and 1,000 I would take at this point in my life.
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
No matter what.
$1,000.
No matter what is in that toilet. No matter what disgusting, vile, liquid or solid is in that toilet, you would take it. Just say it. Just say yes.
Yes, but I have to touch it.
You have to touch
physically.
it. No, you don't have to touch it. Okay.
Well, then, yeah, I would. I would go and find some gloves.
Oh, man. What we found out here today is that you're just a real trooper. You don't let anything stop you from success. And that's great.